Hello, hello, hello! I'm so excited to invite all of you to join me in this amazing journey as we start FIMO Presents CHOP CHOP Diaries Season 3! I'm so excited to be back, and for our first guest today, it's someone that you've seen all along. Jisko आवाज मात्रै यहाँले सुन्नुहुन्थ्यो behind the screen when we were doing Season 1 and Season 2. र धेरैजनाले चाहिँ हाम्रो DMsहरुमा कमेन्ट्सहरुमा पनि लेख्नु भएको छ कि this particular person लाई चाहिँ शोमा बोलाउनु पर्यो as a guest ल्याउनु पर्यो भनेर. So that's how we are starting our Season 3 by inviting as a guest in our first episode today my dearest husband, also an actor, also this great personality that I fell in love with so many years ago. So please let's welcome to my show as the first guest, AYUSHMAN Joshi. Hi.
Thank you.
How did that feel?
Jesus.
Huh? So first of all, before we start any of this, Season 3 layout is different, and of course you know it. So this is so weird. We're trying to act like you're my guest, but you are my guest today, right? Okay. So your season we're not cooking. You already know it. Makes half of your job easier, I think, because you're the one that shoots all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but having said that, this time we have FIMO on board with us, and FIMO will send us amazing food every episode. So to start off today, this food is from Naulo. Thank you, FIMO, so much for delicious food that we cannot wait to eat. But please eat as well as we talk, otherwise kinda chiso huncha, and we would not like that. So yeah, your season layout is a little different. And before we start anything, I'm gonna let him eat for a while, so I'll talk for a while. So before we start anything, I just wanna give a huge shout out to FIMO. Thank you for coming on board. Also, our supporters this time, Benjan has been with us throughout Season 1, 2, and now in 3 as well. This time we have Aura as well on board. This time we have Amira Fashion. My beautiful kurta is from Amira. Thank you so much. We also have Tao Nepal on board this time. So all our celebrities coming here will get amazing gift hampers from Tao Nepal as well. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for helping us in our CHOP CHOP Diaries Season 3. So he's almost done with his pizza. So can we start the show? Mm-hmm. Before I start any of the questions, I just want to ask you how it feels to be interviewed by me. Because this is the first.
Feels good.
Does it feel weird? Awkward?
No, not really, no.
Food's good?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Alright guys, let's start this then. So like I told you, we have a lot of segments this time, and the show's format has changed a little bit. So let's start by first just asking you a few questions that I've always... Some of the answers I already know, but some of them maybe I don't. But a lot of them I think our viewers don't know. So we'll start with that. First I want to ask you, who's Ayushman actually?
This. Hi, Ayushman.
I meant, who are you really? Because you know, sometimes we show ourselves differently to the crowd, to our public, because there's a certain face you have to keep up and so many standards you have to meet. Mm. So behind all that, say, go Ayushman, who are you really?
Well, I actually have just a khasi, just a definition one, which I've never made, but then I've always said, okay, I am me, always striving to become the best version of me. There's a motto that I follow, which is do the best that you can to become the best that you can be. Mm-hmm. So just like the simplest of terms, Ayushman is a work in progress. That's it.
So the way you show yourself to people, mm-hmm. and the way you are just when you're by yourself, is it the same?
No, there's always versions of me, because I know किनकि लाइफमा भनेको कुरा कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ भने मलाई मम्मीले सिकाउनु भएको चिज जुन चाहिँ मैले I always practice also, okay? The secret, the purpose, त्यो जसरी भने पनि हुन्छ, of life is to be able to आफूलाई नै मोल्ड गर्ने त्यो जुन सिचुएसनमा आफू छ कोसँग छ त्यो अनुसार के. So for me, Ayushman, the husband Ayushman, the father Ayushman, the friend Ayushman, the son Ayushman, just Ayushman, they're all different, but the essence is the same. Okay. So if it's work-wise, then I'm a different person, but root is the same. Mm-hmm. There's never a mask on me that shows, hey, yo अर्कै मान्छे जस्तो भइरहेको छ भनेर त्यो हुन पनि चाहदिन. अनि धेरैचोटि पनि I've heard a lot of people who have known and who I've associated with for more than a decade plus उनीहरूले you're still the same भन्छ अनि which is a good thing to have नि त. It's a good thing to hear from somebody else.
While growing up, I don't know how comfortable you'll be about talking about this topic, but if you're not, then it's okay. We're completely okay to skip it, okay? So while growing up, I know that you've had a dark phase in your life, right? You've talked to me about it when you got into...
Who doesn't?
Yeah, when you got into things that you probably are not very proud about. Or maybe you are, I don't know. We'll talk about it now. So you probably made some bad choices, bad decisions in your life. You were young, naive. So how was that phase and how did you overcome it?
Overcome भन्दा पनि it's something that you have to understand. Life मा experiences हरु भइरहन्छन्. त्यसमा कसरी adapt गर्ने भनेर अघि मैले जसरी purpose secret भने जस्तै. त्यो बेलामा that phase was not something that I will say I'm not proud about. If it didn't happen, I wouldn't be who I am right now. So त्यसमा proud नहुनु भन्दा पनि I'm glad all these experiences that I got to experience. त्यसले गर्दाखेरि नै मैले कतिवटा ठाउँहरुमा नयाँ ठाउँहरुमा जाँदाखेरि or if I meet somebody who's going through that एउटा relatable एउटा ठाउँ त आउँछ नि त.
So what are these experiences first?
Experiences it's not dark times. These were lessons I apparently needed to learn in my life. So there was a point where मेरो band sort of split back with you, where I thought it was the end of my life. To a point where I even thought, म त के काम जस्तो जिन्दगीमा बाँच्नु भन्ने पनि त्यो ठाउँसम्म पुगेको थियो. अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ what I realized भन्दा पनि the people around you matter. त्यतिखेरमा मेरो सबभन्दा my stone, my rock was my brother. And Ashir, he will always be somebody who is more than anybody in my life. And even you, but there's no comparison.
Yeah, obviously.
There's no comparison. I love you, I love him. I love you more, I love him more. I guess.
It's different kind of love.
It's a different love.
Yeah.
And this month, what I realized was you need somebody who sees things clear. I know. अनि त्यो क्ल्यारिटी ल्याउनको लागि चाहिँ सबैजनाको मान्छे हुँदैन. त्यही कारणले मान्छेहरूले डिस्ट्र्याक्सन खोज्छ होला. तर त्यो डिस्ट्र्याक्सनको सट्टा अहिलेको लागि झन् अब once that happened and I got out of it, where I felt like, alright, what is life, man? यति त रहेछ यो हुन्छ नि खुसी भन्ने कुरा पनि के पनि छैन, गर्लफ्रेन्डले पनि छोड्यो. All of that happened at the same time.
गर्लफ्रेन्डले पनि छोड्यो.
All of that happened at the same time. त्यही कारणले गर्दा it was like a double, triple whammy क्या. त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो अलिकति soul sucked भएर अनि मान्छे अलिकति भएको थियो क्या. And नराम्रो चिजहरुमा लाग्यो, which was alcohol or whatever. हुन्छ नि. अनि त्यो कुराले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ के हुँदो रहेछ, even when I look back, it's not something that I look back and say, oh, हुन्छ नि मैले नराम्रो कामहरु गरे. More than that, I rather look at it as, alright, I went through these experiences, I learned these things out of those experiences, and now I'm a better man. That is a judgment that I make for myself, basically.
Okay. So let's talk about cycling, something that I think you love as much as you love me, or maybe more.
A little more, yes.
Yeah. So how did it start?
Basically, me and Dad, we went to Tamil. And cycleहरु हेरिरहेको थियो अनि साइकल लिनुपर्छ भनेर obviously पसलले दाइले भनिहाल्यो. अनि Dad got one, I got one.
अनि त्यो दिन पनि कसरी गयो त त्यहाँ? I'm sure you didn't just go साइकल किन्ने भनेर त गएको हैन होला. कि साइकल किन्ने भनेर गएको?
साइकल किन्ने भनेर नै गएको जस्तो लाग्छ तर I don't know how it came around, right? त्यो thought चाहिँ because we already had cycles. अनि नयाँ साइकल किन्न जानु पर्यो भन्ने बेलामा we met like a Chimmy Dai भन्ने उहाँ he had a store in Tamil which was called Dawn Till Dusk. अनि त्यो चाहिँ काठमाडौँ गेस्ट हाउसको ठ्याक्कै भित्र छिर्नेबित्तिकै लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड साइडमा थियो कि now it's not there. अनि त्यहाँ जाने बेलामा Dad got a better bike obviously. अनि I met a lot of riders क्या अनि उहाँहरू चाहिँ they were national champions अनि they were training for national यस्तो गेम्सहरु. अनि उहाँहरूले ल भाइ तिमी पनि गर नि त भनेर आउनु भयो क्या. And I was so motivated because it was something सानैदेखि मन पर्ने because as a child also my dad, my mom, they always gave me like a cycle or the tricycle or हैन अनि go kart type त्यो सानो हुन्छ नि त्यो पेडल गर्नु पर्ने अनि which was always like a मलाई यो यस्तो physical activities हरु जहिले पनि मन पर्ने. And then we landed up at Tamil, we bought a bike and then rest is history.
So what does cycling mean to you?
Cycling is an escape. It's more than a hobby. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and it's something I probably will always have in my life. So be ready.
I think I already know that.
Because you know exactly how expensive they are also.
Yeah. So apart from cycling, you're a very creative person. A lot of you might know this, a lot of you might not know this, but then he sings and he's an amazing sketch artist. He paints and he's cycling the Boyalio. Plus we've seen him as a model, and then he's an actor and he's also a cinematographer. So there's all these different talents that comes to mind when I think of you, at least. So have you always been a very creative person? Was it a conscious choice, or did you just like stumble into it?
No. I was always creative. Your numbers are when you're confused. My mental maths was much faster than what we have to study. And creative literatures art. It was my forte. I was always good at it. And Sanoma, I still remember I don't remember what class I was in, but winter break time, as in husband, my dad, art class, I was side. I still remember. Gako, already showed a hair bono on Ultra. On my class, could you art teacher? It's you, when a last one there, a possibility picture there. So I went to art school.
But you ended up teaching someone else?
Yes. That I still remember.
So what do you think? It's like innate? You've always had it in you?
If it's genetics, it's genetics. What I always remember is I look at people not for who they only portray, the depth in my life. When I do sketches also, I usually do portraits. I do human faces because that's my expressions in the phones. Your eyes can speak the truth. So just looking at somebody, I can somewhat make out what they're talking about, what they have inside. That is always sparked an interest in me, the curiosity. के सोचिरहेको होला अनि उले भनिरहेको चीज केमा बेस गरिरहेको होला मान्छे रिसाउँदा किन रिसाइरहेको छ उसको त्यो ब्याकग्राउन्ड के हो त्यो बुझ्न ट्राई गर्ने अनि I still remember even back when I used to work at Kantipur, I used to walk around and just look at people. When I was hidaile and I used to not judge but then why is that person walking like that? If they're on the phone, if they're talking to somebody, why are they speaking to them like that? So त्यो background जहिले पनि खोज्न मन लाग्ने अनि मान्छेको depth खोज्न मन लाग्ने के मलाई and that I think kind of relates to the artist in me. That's why I'm into cinematography as well.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so let's talk about us now. A lot of things that we keep hearing about us, people making speculations. A lot of people thought we'd never last. Judgments, we faced judgments all along in our journey. So you're only 28. You're almost 6 years younger than me. You're married to me. We're married to each other. So how does it feel to be married to someone who's older than you by 6 years?
I don't think it matters. Well, I've never looked at it as me being married to somebody who's older. That only reminds me when I meet people your age.
Like my friends and stuff?
Yeah, I'm only reminded of that when I meet people of your age and your acquaintances.
Okay.
I'm like, do I call you?
No, but all of my friends are your friends as well.
Now they are.
Yeah. I don't think you call Didi, like you call anyone Didi. They're all your friends.
I call them by their names.
Yeah.
So I stick to English. But no, it was never a factor. Because you remember, no? When I met you also, it was something that I saw in you that was not something that you were saying or showing.
Yeah, you just knew that I was not in a happy
in
space.
a good space. Not a lot of people are not in a good space, but as a man to a woman, जुन help गर्न सक्थ्यो, not in the the general terms. It was like a courtesy चाहिने मान्छे हो, यसलाई manners नदेखिरहेको रहेछ यसले, यसलाई त्यो romantic love भन्दा पनि just love के नपुगिरहेको जस्तो देखिरहेको थियो कि तिमी, just TLC भन्छ नि, tender loving care, त्यति मात्र नपुगिरहेको जस्तो देखिन्थ्यो के, where तिमीले त्यो खास wallको पछाडि लुकाएर राखिरहेको थियो.
Yeah, because my walls were very high when I
It was very high, and that was the first thing that I actually told you. And my pizza's going cold now. But I think त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि, I mean, त्यो कारणले भन्दा पनि I've always had friends who were older than me. मेरो मामाको साथीहरू त्यस्तोहरू के. So मलाई त्यो एज भन्ने कुराले कहिले पनि मान्छेलाई सानो बनाउँछ या ठुलो बनाउँछ भन्ने.
But no, the reason I'm asking this is also not because even I feel anything about it, that it seems to be a very big issue, okay? Which of course we dealt with it, you know.
It's a big issue if you make it a big issue.
Yeah.
Right. अब त्यो spectacle बनाउने हो भने त कुन चाहिँ खुट्टाको बुढी आउन बाङ्गो छ भने त्यो पनि ठुलो spectacle बनाउन मिल्छ के. It's just what you want to put attention into. त्यति नै हो. If the public wants to make a spectacle about us being in a relationship and us having an age gap, fine. You have fun with that. If it tickles you, let it tickle you.
Yeah.
Make you laugh. I've always said this. If it makes you laugh, do whatever the hell.
Yeah.
तर हाम्रो बिचमा के छ त हामीले मात्र थाहा हुन्छ नि, अनि त्यो चिजलाई हामीले एक्सप्लेन गरेर राख्नुपर्ने चिज पनि हो जस्तो पनि लाग्दैन के. Once you get along, you get along.
No, basically what I just wanted to ask you was like being married to me and me being older than you. Like people think that
my dad he said before we got married, hello chora. Keti manche bhaneko lobi manche bhanda 5 गुना बेसी टाढा देख्न सक्छ.
That's true. That's true.
तिम्रो केसमा त गाह्रो छ. तिमीभन्दा यसै पनि 5 वर्ष ठुलो छ, +5 माथि दुवैजना माथि एकछिन हेरे. But I guess you kind of just have to push yourself to a level where you can get along with you,
Yeah. You see, I don't think it's really a big deal, and I wanted to address this also because कतिजनाले अहिलेसम्म पनि सोधिरहनु हुन्छ के, तपाईको बुढा तपाईभन्दा सानो छ है. And then whenever I still meet new people हुन्छ नि who find out that Ayushman is younger than me, then I see this look के, this judgment हुन्छ नि, आफूभन्दा सानोलाई बिहा गरेको खालीको. So I just wanted to talk about this today and just let you guys know that it's okay, it's okay. You love who you love, and it doesn't always mean कि केटा ठुलो हुनुपर्छ भनेर. केटा र केटीको बीचमा चाहिँ केटा 20 वर्ष 25 वर्षले ठुलो भयो भने पनि केही नहुने खालीको समाजमा बस्छौं नि त हामी, हैन? So it's time for things to change and for your opinion to change, and some of the things that you've learned which is not good for you, it's time to unlearn them. And when you find love, it doesn't matter, I think. You just find love.
True.
And you're compatible, and if you're happy, you're happy. You don't have to explain it to the rest of the world, and we are very, very happy.
I'm also very happy right now.
So let's go on to talk about fatherhood for you. Again, having said that, we've just said that you're 28, so which makes you a very young dad. So what is your feeling on that? Had you ever thought before you met me that yesterday you'd be married by 28 and you have a kid by then?
No, I never wanted to get married.
I know we've had this talk, but then obviously people don't know about it, so.
So with the life lessons, with the life experiences, marriage, being in a relationship is different, being in a marriage is different. Right. And for me, marriage wasn't always like, गरिहाल्नु पर्छ यस्तो टाइममा गर्नुपर्छ, कहिले पनि थिएन. बच्चा एक दिन बरु अडप्ट गरौँला भन्ने थियो. But now at this point in life, I look at my child, I'm very happy. I'm 28 years old now, I have a child. And at a certain point in our life in the future, when our child is grown up, she's going to be more of a friend than a child.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing just like saying about it. Because that's exactly what I had with my parents.
Plus,
it's cool.
Plus you have a daughter first.
Plus.
How much tension do you take thinking about when she grows up? Because she's going to be a pretty one.
How do you license a gun in Nepal? I don't know.
Are you going to be that super possessive dad, do you think?
Maybe.
Are you going to let your chori have a boyfriend who has like a dirt bike and go around in that dirt bike with her boyfriend?
I will buy that guy with the dirt bike a car.
And what will you say? Bike लिएर घरमा आऊ बाइक यहाँ राख अनि छोरीलाई लिएर जाऊ गाडी लिएर जाऊ. That's a good option. For parents who have daughters, that's a very good option. So yeah, I'm coming back to the same thing again, the young dad and the fatherhood thing. And like you said, you never considered marriage as an option in your life before. So I just wanted to add to that, saying when I met Ayushman also, because I already had a broken marriage, so I wasn't even looking to date seriously. So we just clicked in some magical way, like the universe wanted to bring us together. Because I wasn't really looking for love or a relationship, forget even marriage. By the time I'm 32, 33, I want to have a kid. So I'm not going to be married. I don't want to be married, but I'm going to adopt a kid or like go to a sperm bank and get like good sperm, maybe like a non-Nepali sperm, just put it inside me and then just give birth to babies.
Nice. Are you calling me a sperm bank?
No, त्यो पनि थियो मेरो दिमागमा भनेको के. But then I'm glad our paths crossed and we are happily married and parents to a beautiful baby girl. Okay, another part of you, which a lot of people might not know, but maybe they do know now because of all the talk, the wisdom that overflows out of you. You believe in spirituality very, very, very much, to a point that a lot of it has rubbed onto me as well, and I've started following a little bit, although I'm a very non-spiritual person, actually one day over, say, no? So how did that start, say, and how do you look at that?
The answer was, I already answered it before. I like to look deep within a person. I'm just looking deep within myself, where all these reasons for why things happen the way that they do, or I react, my body reacts in the certain way that it does, I just try to find, first of all, I do the research, with science. Always remember that. I always like to back things up with science because science is facts.
Yeah.
मान्छेहरुलाई केही प्रुभ गर्नु पर्यो भने साइन्टिफिकली प्रुभ भएपछि ए हो भन्ने हुन्छ नि त. That is so true के. अहिले पनि if I talk to you about spirituality, I will always say to a new person, I will always say whatever I speak, whatever comes out of this mouth, I'm pretty sure you're going to think it's bogus and ekdam magical, but I will back it up with science. Bhanera, and I always took it forward. Okay? This came into being when mom started studying hypnotherapy. अनि स्कुलको किताबको सट्टा ममको किताब बोकेर हिँड्ने, राति सुत्ने बेलामा कम्प्युटरमा त्यो उयो वेबसाइटहरुको सबै त्यो डकुमेन्ट्सहरु कपी गरेर आइट्युन्समा गएर एउटा गीतको गेट इन्फो गरेर लिरिक्समा गएर त्यो डिस्क्रिप्सन राखेर राति आइपड नानोमा थिएन, आइपड नानोमै थियो, नानोमा राखेर अनि लिरिक्समा गीत सुन्दै पढ्ने बानी के राति यस्तो स्क्रोल पनि घुमाएर गर्नु त्यो पढेर अनि I got interested. So a lot of this, the power of the mind and the things it can do if you put your mind into it, and so all of that I got introduced very long time back. So and it just stuck because it helps and it's done things, it's worked out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people who even are not introduced to it, they're practicing it, but they don't have a name for it. बुझे नि, मान्छेलाई त्यो सुपरस्टिशन्सहरु हुन्छ नि, यस्तो कान्छामा त थुथु गर भन्नु, त्यो गर्दाखेरि नसोच भन्न खोजेको त भन्ने चीजहरु नराम्रो चीज नसोच भन्न खोजेको हो नि त त्यो. So same thing, you don't have to necessarily do that, just don't think bad thoughts, think good thoughts भन्नु पनि सकिन्छ.
But त्यो गर्दा your attention
is diverted and you're telling yourself think good things भन्नु मात्र खोजेको हो नि त त्यो. So अन्त थुथु गर्ने all of that. So त्यही चीजलाई मैले अब यसो म्याशअप गर्दिएको नि त with even superstition and हाम्रो अहिलेको कल्चर्सहरु, हाम्रो नेपाली कल्चरलाई पनि जोड्दै everything there is science to it. It's just we don't know. हामीलाई कसैले त्यो हामीलाई कस्टम सिकाइदिनु भएको छ, why we do the customs चाहिँ कहिले पनि सिकाउनु भएको छैन. बुझ्नु, अनि that has always interested me.
Okay. So it was very good talking to you about all these things.
It's a pleasure talking to you as well. Thank you so much.
So having said that, Like I said, the layout this time is completely different and we have a lot of new segments that we are introducing today. So the next segment is called Chito Chito Mito Mito, where I'm going to be asking my guests a few questions where I expect you to answer very fast and be honest. Okay, are you ready?
Cool.
React in one word to these following words.
Okay.
Love.
You.
You can't say the same thing twice, okay? Marriage. Because I thought you'd say you again, so.
No. Social construct. That was 2 words.
Money.
Always flowing. That's 2 words.
Baba, it's one word. You're already failing miserably.
I'm telling you, I used to always fail in numbers.
Money.
Overflowing.
COVID.
19.
I just knew you were going to say that. I don't know why, but I knew. The best and worst part about being you.
One word?
No, just this is enough. that question is finished.
Thank you.
The best and worst part about being you.
The best part and the worst part about being me. The best part about being me is I am a very sensitive being. And the worst part of being me is that I am a sensitive being.
I like that. The best piece of advice that you've ever gotten.
I say तपाईलाई मात्र हुने होइन धेरैजनालाई हुन्छ, so calm down.
This is from Ashir, I'm sure. I can so see Ashir saying that. 3 things no one knows about you. I mean, I might know them. It's okay. It's for the people.
I'm trying to think. I can't think of things that you don't know.
Baba, you're performing really bad, okay, in this segment.
I know. What do people don't know about
Chito,
me?
chito, mito, mito. 3 things people don't know about you.
I am a techie. I love technology.
Yeah.
I am a heavy spender. And I love watching things being cleaned and cleaning things.
Yes. Yes or no? Have you ever lied to your wife?
Yes. Of course. What?
How many times have you lied to your wife?
This is chito chito mito mito. What? Be chito and mito. Come on.
Hit on a co-actor? Talked shit behind someone's back?
No.
Never?
Never.
Never?
Never. Unless you did, then I would just add to it.
But you've lied to your wife?
Yes, I have.
Like wife as in me. I don't think you have another wife. Okay, if you are a journalist, you get to ask one question to these following people, okay? What is the question? To Shilpa Maske.
Why would you leave the UK and come back to a smaller pond?
Sisan Banya?
तपाईको लामो कपालको राज के हो?
Lamu silky baklu mulam kalu kapal ko raz kiyo
के हो?
Okay. Vek?
Vek. If I was a journalist, I would slip my number to him.
Why?
I would tell him I am your boutique.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I just love you. Vek, Vek Levan, I'm not talking to you.
No, as a journalist, you can't say I love you, Vek. You have
Maybe
to ask
I
a
do.
question.
Maybe I do.
It's supposed to be a question.
It's a yellow journalism. Thank you.
It's supposed to be a question, not a statement.
Oh, तपाईँको घर कहाँ छ?
AYUSHMAN Joshi?
Ask him. Ask Asher. I don't know. That stops me.
You're performing really bad.
No, because I have to think Asher as my brother also, no?
No, you think of Asher as just AYUSHMAN Joshi and you are a journalist right now. And you one question you want to ask him.
Me as a journalist, ask Asher,
Yes.
not as a brother.
Not as a brother.
Not as the brother who is a journalist.
No,
Okay.
you are just a journalist.
I'm just a journalist.
Yeah.
तपाईँको दाई very handsome हुनुहुन्छ किन? No, I'm just kidding. Asherलाई सोध्नु पर्यो भने why don't you try outside भनेर भन्थे. Even being a journalist of Nepal itself, छ नि हजुरको जुन personality छ, voice छ, जुन whatever you, why don't you try outside?
Okay. Parmitarana?
What would I ask them? Do problems chase you, or do you keep chasing problems?
Okay. The answers were good, but you took a lot of time. So I don't know, I'll have to think about how well you performed or not. But then we still have a few more segments left. The next segment now is Blast from the Past. So your segments are here, Bani. I'm just going to show my guest some pictures, images that he has shared on his social handles over the years. And we're just going to talk about it, okay? Alright, welcome to Blast from the Past. So the first picture that I have that I want to show you is you have a whole album uploaded on your Facebook, which was uploaded on the 30th of June 2010, that says after the welcome party. So what welcome party is this, and who are all these people that even
They're all friends.
I don't know a lot of them? Like, who is this? Sharif?
That's Sharif and that's Janish.
I thought that was Sharif. So
Yeah,
what?
we have
What was this whole welcome party?
This was when I joined, at least. Janish and Amat, Sharif, they were already in GEMS. I left Adabanga and I went to GEMS, no?
Oh yeah.
We got welcomed.
So
and that happened, and we all ended up at my place.
After you joined GEMS?
No, after the welcome party.
No, after you joined GEMS is when you had this welcome party. Who gave you the welcome party? Or you gave yourself a welcome party?
No, GEMS gave us a welcome party.
Oh, for the new students.
Yes.
And after that, it's like the after party.
After the welcome party. It's not a party.
Oh, it looks like
I never
a party.
stated it was a party.
It looks like a party. All these people.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, that was the first picture. Next picture I'm going to show you is, the caption didn't say much. It said Philippines. What is going on in this picture?
3 naked men.
Who are these people? What were you doing in Philippines?
Oh, we had, but this was back when we were already in GEMS and we had a trip to Philippines.
Okay.
And that's Sulov, you've met Sulov. We went to Devala and he met you as well, and you met him.
Oh, I can't tell from this picture right now.
You should not be able to tell from this picture. So yeah, they're also friends from GEMS itself. I've known them for a very long time, and yeah, that was back when we were in the Philippines going to some water world.
You probably think you must be looking so good, no?
Yeah, we all three thought we were looking very good.
Yeah, so this picture that I'm showing you next has been uploaded on October the 12th, 2012, and I have no fucking idea what you're doing.
I'm posing on a cycle.
Whose cycle is that?
That was a community cycle. It was in the community.
It's a baby cycle.
Yeah. Why are you so surprised? I am on a cycle.
No, but then you look like...
What?
Not like you. Choros, they say.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes,
You're
I'm on the cycle.
Okay. Alright, next I was rather amused to find all these pictures in your Facebook. So they're like perfumes and eyeshadow and...
Yeah, I did this business, no?
Oh. Okay.
I used to sell makeup out of Paida.
So what happened? Was that also a passion, or did someone force you to do that?
It wasn't
One of your girlfriends?
I had somebody, I had somebody who used to live in the States and who used to come in and out all the time. And I thought, like, how about we do something for makeup? Because mom was always ordering stuff from him. And I was like, maybe I'll just buy a few things and I'll sell it here. And that's what it was. It worked out very well.
And then why did you stop them?
And then he stopped coming in.
Oh, okay. Alright, then I see another profile of yours. Let me read out his bio when he just started Instagram, okay? Do you think you were a different person back then? Because this was uploaded in 2015, okay? Ayush MJ is your name of your account.
I don't have another account.
No, when you used to call yourself Yatsi. Timro bio manam is not AYUSHMAN Joshi, but it's Ayush MJ. 21, goofy, aspiring model. Turn that blue button green, baby. Don't follow to unfollow. And then you have your Snapchat IDs and this and that and your Facebook link. So this is the picture. So do you think you were like a completely different person back then? Because I never hear you speak or write like this
I'm still 21.
anymore.
I'm still goofy. I'm still an aspiring model. And hey baby, you turn that green button blue. Sorry, blue button green.
Who taught you how to write that? Turn that blue button green.
Because remember back in the day when Instagram was new, follow button used to be blue. No, turn that, blue. And then after you press the blue button, it would turn green. Following banera.
I think it still does that, doesn't it?
No, it does not. It just says following.
Oh, okay.
Following banera. Followed banera.
Oh, okay. So that's quite interesting because when I read the caption and everything. Oh, and also the caption to this picture was a lot more active there than here. To all those who haven't, don't forget to follow me to know all that's going around in my little world. Yahtzee. Oh, let me ask you this also while we're at it. Why did you decide to name yourself Yahtzee for such a long time?
I still call myself Yahtzee.
No, you do, but then at least your social handles have your full name in it. But then what was it behind?
I would have still kept it Yahtzee if Instagram didn't allow it.
Mm-hmm.
No, if Instagram allowed it. Because I remember the blue tick on it, Belama.
You had to use your real name.
I had to use my real name.
Yeah, so what's up with this Yahtzee?
Nothing. There's no story to it. Swear to God.
Okay, randomly pick kar deko naam?
Yeah.
Yeah, but why did you pick Yahtzee then?
I don't know, it sounds nice. I don't know, maybe I used to play a lot of Yahtzee back then.
Let's talk about a transformation a little bit.
Hmm?
So, how difficult was it being...
I'm right in the middle now. With a lot more hair.
So how difficult was the transformation? How difficult was the journey of being this little fat kid, which everybody called you probably?
No.
No?
They called me Bogote.
Bogote? Why Bogote?
I used to have a Bogote cut and I used to look like Bogote.
So how was the journey, the transformation?
It was always nice to fit into clothes and look good. But looking back, and even now, how people are so quick to make judgments about a person's body image. It's not nice, but to be able to breathe better and wear pants and not tear them when you split, when you try to like run or play basketball, is better. It's always better. I mean, the baby rash or no, it's always nice. I still remember back when I was in school, back when I was that big. मेरो स्कुलको प्यान्ट मात्रै 10 वटा हुन्थ्यो एउटा ग्रेडको लागि बिकज एक्टिभिटी खेल्नै पर्ने अनि एकचोटि बास्केटबल खेलेँ प्यान्ट फाटियो रातो बाहुनाको त्यो लुगाहरू जहिले पनि फाटेको मात्रै हुन्थ्यो मेरो I still remember back in school also I used to always be wearing the sports ko त्यो shorts अथवा pants तिनीहरु त च्यात्दैन
Yeah.
So it wasn't difficult because a lot of the losing weight happened when I was when my life was in turmoil. त्यसपछि I got into cycling and it just stayed that area.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so that's the end of this segment as well, Blast from the Past, and we have a final segment which is left, which is called The Second, The Sawal. Ready?
Are you ready? Because I know for a fact that you have 5 questions for me and I have 5 questions for you.
So usually when we have guests from next week, I mean also he's a guest, but then what we are going to be doing is competing with each other where we have 10 seconds to answer 10 questions in total and whoever answers better is going to be the winner.
So the more answers you give,
the more points you make. And last month we tally up the scores and who has more scores is going to be the winner, basically. So are you ready?
Simple as that.
Ready?
I'm AYUSHMAN. Nice to meet you.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, so the second sawal, we'll just be asking each other 5 questions each, total of 10 questions, and we have 10 seconds to answer each question. Every time the 10-second is crossed, there's this buzzer that goes off like that. No, are you ready?
No, I'm AYUSHMAN.
That joke has gotten old and boring now. Doesn't even make me laugh anymore. So, first question. 5 things that you should not do to your hair.
Straighten it too much, color it too much, dye it, shave it off too much, and put it to 5.
Okay, that was good. So, because he answered all 5, so if you get 5 on 5, then you get 10 points. Double bonus. Alright, Next. 5 things you should not do on a date.
Fart, burp, lie about your bank balance, rent a car and show off, and call a friend.
Well, I'll give it to you because uste timing ma sakiएको थियो हैन. Alright, so third question. 5 things that you do before falling asleep.
Watch a video, listen to music, read a book, fight with you, and look at Chori.
Good job! Okay. Next. 5 things you should make sure you always do before cycling.
Wear your helmet, wear your gloves, do not forget your backup tire. Yeah, and then yeah.
Sorry, just 3 for this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Now your final question. 5 curse words that you use.
Fuck, motherfucker, shit, sala, mora.
Oh, okay. Good job. So you got 4 questions 10 on 10 and 1 question just 3, which makes it total 43.
Yes.
Alright, my turn now.
Your turn. Are you ready?
Yes.
5 things that make you cry.
Crying movies, dogs in pain, babies in pain, AYUSHMAN in pain, and myself in pain.
I bet that's cheating, man.
That's not cheating. Those
Everybody
are,
in pain makes you cry.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Those are 5 things that actually make me cry.
Okay. 5 songs you sing in the shower.
Tip tip barsa pani, pani ka rang dekh ke, pani pani bhayo mero man pani, and
tip, that's when pani sakinu aateko time hola.
just got 3 for that.
You just got 3 for that. 5 website tabs you always visit or have open on your phone.
Netflix, iFlix, Bflix, Facebook, Instagram.
But do you really use them on your website?
You never know. I might.
True. Because I never check your phone.
Yeah, which is a good thing. You should never check somebody else's phone.
But you keep checking my phone.
I never check your phone, thanks.
I know, I'm just kidding. Alright. That was 10, right? So 10.
23 so far, Mr. Bad Math.
Name 5 continents.
Asia, Europe, North America, South America, Australia.
Good job. That is 33. Okay.
If I get this right, it's a tie.
Really?
Because you were at 43.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was 44. Okay, never
Oh
mind.
God, 43.
Then lose.
Let's see.
Okay. 5 turn-offs.
Armpit smell, bad hair, bad perfume, just bad face, and bad clothes.
I got married to a monster.
I'm sorry, but it's a fact. So yeah, we're both at 43.
Says a lot, doesn't it?
So hey, can you like shake hands? We're both winners. So I'm
the guest. I win.
So this is the part of the show when it's the end and we actually have this gorgeous gift hamper for our guest. But I don't see that necessary today because, you know, he's a guest, but he's also actually kind of like my co-host today and the one behind the show.
Am I just a guest in your heart?
So I don't think you need a hamper, do you?
No, I do not. You are my biggest hamper.
And you are my biggest hamper. So thank you everybody for tuning into our first episode of Chop Chop Diaries Season 3. I had such a blast having you. I hope you enjoyed being on this show as a guest.
Yes, I had a blast having me on this show.
Alright, thank you so much guys. See you next week. Bye bye.